Hello beauties and welcome back to my channel. In this video that's going to be new makeup releases going on the wish list or not, and I have changed my background a bit and I have bought a new lens, and I know there's going to be... I have a cat sleeping in my lap. Can you hear a purr? So loud. I know there's going to be some autofocus noises because this lens is not entirely quiet. I want to get one of those because I'm too far away right now, so I can't reach the camera. I want to get one of those remote controls so that you can set the focus while sitting away from the camera, but the store that I went to today actually didn't have that. So I'm sorry that there's going to be some background noises in... She's so cute. In a couple of my videos until I'm able to get that remote. I hope that you will bear with me in this journey in making my content as good as possible. I also did put some more pink in my hair. My hair is really pink right now, but this is a washout color, so it's gonna get like, it's gonna fade pretty fast. I don't think I'm gonna keep the pink. I'm thinking about going another color. I'm not feeling the pink. I also did film this look. It's coming next week and I'm super excited about it. I used a loose pigment. You wanted to see me use a loose pigment, so I'm gonna show you how I use loose pigments in a tutorial next week. My cat. Let me see if... Is she gonna be mad if I move a bit? Let's see. Sorry. Sorry, honey. Sorry. Oh, I can hardly see myself in the viewfinder. Is this okay? This is okay. Okay. Wait, somebody sent me a message. One second. Okay, maybe not. Nobody wants me anything. It's always commercials. It's always commercials. Okay, let me see what we can talk about, because I think there was some fun things being announced. That's not how you check it, honey. What am I doing? Stop it. Okay, I think there's been some really fun things announced this week, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy any of it, but at least I think they're really fun. Oh my god, there's been a lot of things. Alrighty then. Let me start with the thing that I got the most tags in. And I always go from really like big mainstream brands and then I segue into the smaller indie brands. I will mention some indie brands in the bigger mainstream brands as well, because a lot of indie brands are mainstream and big nowadays, like Dose of Colors. They're still indie, but they're a big brand, and I'm not necessarily counting them as a smaller brand anymore. I mean, I hope you understand what I mean. Did I just say mean twice in a sentence? I need an intervention. I'm also so thirsty, but I was at the dentist today and she was like, you can't drink or eat for an hour, and I think it's almost been an hour now. And I'm so thirsty because I had that like the yearly checkup. Yearly checkup, and they give you some kind of fluoride? It's called fluoride in English, right? On your teeth, and she's like, don't drink or eat for a while, at least an hour. I was like, okay. Okay, this is the thing that I've been tagged in the most. This is the new Tarteist. It's Tarteist or Tarteist? Like artist, right? Tarteist. Tarteist Pro Remix palette. Okay, I think that this palette had people divided into 3 groups. One group being like, yes, finally Tarte is doing something colorful, I love this, I'm gonna get this, I'm so excited. And then we had the other group that was like, this is boring, I hate the packaging, I don't think that this is funny. And then we had the third group that was like, I mean, at least it's something different. And I am definitely in the third group. I'm like, it's something different, but I actually don't think that this is that colorful. I mean, it has some pops. I would say that it has a yellow, a purple, and a poppy green, and the teals. I mean, I'd say this is half colorful, half neutral. I'll give him that. The most colorful thing in this palette is the packaging. And I saw Jen from Jen Loves Reviews put this up on her Twitter, and actually I wrote back to her, like tweeted back. Is that how you say it? Wow, I'm making myself sound really old right now. Tweeted back, is that what the kids say? I tweeted back, where are the mats at though? Are they on vacation? And she tweeted back, maybe they're hibernating for the winter. And I answered, maybe they're off tripping with Tarte. I know it's really salty, but where are the mattes at? Where are the mattes? There are no mattes. There are 3 mattes. 1 beige, 1 dark beige, and 1 black. What's that about? And I mean, I see that they're keeping the same layout as they did with their other Pro palette, but in their Pro palette, I felt like it was pretty obvious why the round pans were round, because it was obvious when you saw the palette that those were like special shades, they were duochromes. Here I don't understand. Maybe they're more sparkly, but it doesn't seem as obvious when you look at this palette, like why are the round pans round? And I actually don't mind the packaging. I think the packaging is fun. I like a colorful packaging. I think that's fun. But the only shadows I want in this palette is the bright green and the bright yellow. I don't need a palette with like almost colorful shades. And I don't think also, I'm not really salty about this, because Tarte isn't the brand for me. Tarte doesn't do their eyeshadows for me. Let's be honest here, Tarte doesn't do their eyeshadows for me. They're not made for me. This is a palette for people who already love Tarte and wants some poppy shimmers to put on the lids that matches all of their other neutral mattes that they have from Tarte. Because it is different for Tarte. It is, and I totally applaud them for it, but for me, I think this is pretty expensive as well. I think the other palette, like the other Pro palette they had, was like $50 or something. If I get some more info, I'll put it down below in the description box. You can always find a bunch of info there. I'm not gonna pick this up because it is not unique enough in my collection, because I feel like if you're already a lover of color like I am, this isn't spectacular. But if you are a lover of neutrals and you love Tarte and you want to see Tarte do something different, I totally see why you're super excited about this, because this palette will most probably go together with their other neutral palettes that they have from before, and you can get a poppy lower lash line or a poppy lid color to go together with those mauve neutrals and beige neutrals that they normally have. For me, this isn't a go for me, but I'm not shading others who think that this is amazing. It's just not made for me, and therefore I'm not picking it up. Don't really know when it's coming though. Did I have some kind of info on that? I'm gonna go with no. No idea. No idea. I want to quickly mention this one. This is the Neutrogena Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes Singles. This is the stupidest thing I've seen ever. This is the stupidest thing I've seen ever. Who thought that this was a good idea? How can we maximize the packaging to make as much plastic as possible so that we can seem like the people that care the least about the environment? This wasn't necessary. I mean, already a pack of like towelettes, like those little makeup wipes, that's already pretty handy. And when is it, when do you need to bring a single? When do you have a bag where you need to bring a single and you can't fit, like, what if you're like taking off your makeup halfway through clubbing and you only have a clutch with you? Who is that limited on space? I honestly think that that was a total miss, and I hope that nobody buys it. Don't buy it. Think of the environment. No, don't get that. Another big release that was this week is the Bretman Rock and Colourpop collab. It is collection inspired by the Filipino flag. That was right? I think so, yes it is. And half of the collection is like a warm toned red collection and it's called Lit, and the other half of the collection is like a cool tone blue and it's called Wet. I'm not getting this because I feel like I already have this, and I feel like I already have that blue palette as well. And then I love when Colourpop does smaller palettes, and I do think that this is probably super great quality. I just don't need this. But I do think the blue palette is super pretty, and maybe I'll change my mind and get the blue palette. I'm not gonna say I'm not saying never. It's just like right now I'm just like, no. I don't want it right now. And I think it's just my makeup fatigue talking. I love the mix of peach and blue. So I love that he put a peach lippy and like a terracotta bronzer together with the Wet collection. I think that is beautiful. There's also some body glitters. I'm not a body glitter person. Like, where am I going with body glitters? And in Sweden right now, I mean, we're going into winter. No part of my body is going to be exposed and not covered in layers and layers of clothes when I'm going out. So, I mean, where am I going to have body glitter? In my face, maybe my cheekbones or like the bridge of my nose, but I don't want like a blue glitter streak there. So for me, that is not something that I am wearing. I'm guessing some people will still use it on the eyes even though it says body glitter, but yeah, I'm body glitter, that's not for me. I mean, the palettes look cute. The palettes look cute. I love the new format. I hope that Colourpop makes more of those 8-pan palettes. Have you noticed that Colourpop, usually when they bring out a new format of eyeshadows, they do it with a collab, like the Makeup Shayla was the first time you saw that big palette. And now Bretman Rock is having that 8-pan palette. So I'm guessing that Colourpop is gonna come out with more 8-pan palettes, and that excites me a lot. So I don't think that either of these palettes are ugly or unnecessary or boring. I'm just not gonna pick them up because I already have them. And that red palette looks like a lot of other palettes, to be honest. So I do like that there's a blue palette coming out though, but I already have a bunch of blue eyeshadow palettes, so I don't feel like I need another one at this point. I might change my mind, you never know. Oh, we also saw some better pictures of the Makeup Geek Holiday Collection, and it's not only an eyeshadow palette, there's some other things as well, and this is what the collection looks like. I think that this eyeshadow palette is actually pretty. I don't really know what's in the palette, if it's new shades or old shades or anything like that. I will try and research that a bit and put some info down below, but it's 3 greens, some neutrals, and it seems like the light color is a duochrome, just looking at the pan. I think that's pretty, and there's also some lashes and a lip glaze trio. The lashes look so pretty. Like, not gonna lie, the lashes look so pretty. I think that those lashes could be a hit. Let me tell you. Let me quickly mention this news from the Balm. This is the Lou-Manizer Quad. I think that this is smart, but I do think that this is something that the Balm should have done such a long time ago. These are 4 highlighters from the Balm. People love the Lou-Manizer highlighters, and 2 of them are new. Penny Lou-Manizer and Emma Lou-Manizer, they're new. One seems to be a very icy white and one seems to be a very pale yellowy gold. I think that this looks like a beautiful palette. I actually decluttered my Mary Lou-Manizer, so yeah. I think that this formula is nice, but it's not my favorite formula, and also that's why I decluttered that highlighter, because I was never reaching for it over anything else. So there's no way that I'm gonna buy it again after decluttering it, but I do think that it's nice that they brought out the quad, and I think it's really smart to add 2 new shades. So it's 2 existing and 2 new. I do think that a lot of people will like this release. It's just not for me. Oh, we've also seen like now how the whole Pretty Rich collection is gonna look like from Too Faced. I'm gonna try and see if I can get some kind of collage up here on the side so you can see all the things. Aren't we all super excited to see that the Glow Job is included in this collection? I think that Glow Job, glittery, come on your face. I just honestly think that that mask with that name is the most distasteful thing that the makeup community has seen in years. But yeah, it's highlighters, it seems to be a highlighter brush, it's that disgusting face mask, the palette, and it seems to be some lip glosses, and also it's the Better Than Sex mascara that is definitely not better than sex. No mascara is better than sex, and it seems to be some jewels on it. I personally, I get when they're releasing like favorites with new packaging in collections, but I also think that it's like super boring. I've also think I've seen some kind of mirror being included in this collection. I think that's pretty smart because people are really crazy about getting some cute handheld mirrors, and I think that people would probably want to buy one from Too Faced. So I think that that's actually not the worst idea I've heard. I had some picture here of some new NARS things. Oh yeah, here they are. And I think that NARS is also coming out with some new shades of their Wait. Yeah, they're expanding some... the concealers are expanding with 8 new colors, and the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation Sheer Glow, wow, there's a long name, is expanding to 40 shades. That is amazing. I always love when brands are expanding to more shades. And then the picture I have here on this side is NARS new palettes. It seems to be a new... Is that a blush? Because that one that looks like Lego or Tetris, it looks like Tetris. Doesn't that little like cheek thing look like Tetris? I have no idea what it's called. It's a cheek palette. NARS comes out with like 1 cheek palette a month, and it's always the same shades. It's all like they're turning into Becca, coming out with the same shades all over and over, and I don't want any of this, but I own some things from NARS, and I think that NARS makes great quality products. Everything that I've tried from NARS has been A+ quality, but I feel like all of the releases somehow feels so similar that they just flow into each other. And when I first saw this picture, I didn't even think that it was news, because it seems so and this is probably me as a non-neutral lover speaking. To me, it's all browns. Browns and mauves. Browns and mauves and mauves and browns, and I just can't seem to keep these releases apart. If you are a neutral lover, you're probably rolling your eyes right now and you're like, girl, they're so different, and I get it, but I don't get it. Because I feel like these look like something I've seen before, but they are all new things. I mean, the Tetris compact, I see that that's different. I get that. But the other things are just so similar to things I've seen before from NARS. And sometimes they like blow my mind and they release something that I'm like, oh, that looks so beautiful. But the rest of the time it's just like, oh, that's new? Looks just like the thing you released before. I know I sound like really sassy saying that, but am I the only one who feels that way about NARS? It's just like so many of their things look so similar. I thought I'd briefly, quickly show you this picture. BH Cosmetics, I mentioned this a long while ago that BH Cosmetics is coming out with the second Zodiac palette. I think it's supposed to be a Zodiac palette, and now they're revealing that it's the 22nd of November that it's coming out, and we haven't seen, when I'm filming this, we haven't seen anything but this picture. But it's round again, so maybe the palette is gonna be round again. I don't know. What do you think this is gonna be? Because what they announced it to be first was a little sister, and I don't know if they mean that as just a new palette or if they're meaning it to be a smaller, I'm hoping a smaller palette, because everybody seems to love the Zodiac palette. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason why I didn't pick up the Zodiac palette is because I thought it was so big. So if they're coming out with a Zodiac palette that's smaller, I actually might pick that up. That I might pick that up, yeah. Dose of Colors is coming out with a new collection. It is Dose of Colors and Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is turning 90. So you are seeing a bunch of Mickey Mouse things all over. If you're wondering like what's up with the Mickey Mouse everywhere, it's because of that, and Disney is selling licenses left and right, and you're gonna see Mickey Mouse probably for the rest of the year, let's be honest. I think the packaging is so cute on this collection, but I feel the same way about this collection that I felt, let me see if I can get a better picture of this. I'm guessing not really. Oh yeah, I'm feeling the same way about this collection as I felt about the Disney princesses and and the Colourpop collaboration, that this is so safe, and I get it. I get it. When you buy a license that is as expensive as the Disney license probably is, you want to create something that would appeal to the larger majority of people. I get that. I'm just not part of that group, and therefore I'm not that interested in this collab at all. The palette, it's probably great quality because Dose of Colors has a great eyeshadow quality. I haven't except for the quad with the first Desi and Katie quad that people seem to be a bit iffy about. Except that quad, everybody seems to agree. There seems to be a consensus within the beauty community that Dose of Colors makes great eyeshadows and great highlighters, and this seems to be a 6-pan eyeshadow palette and a highlighter, and I am sure that this is going to be excellent quality. It is just way too neutral for me. The lippies look beautiful, but I do not need any more lippies at this point. But yeah, if you were wanting to try out Dose of Colors, and if you love some more neutrally kind of shades, you might love this, because it seems to be 4 mattes, 2 shimmers and a highlight, and I actually do think that this palette is going to be absolutely beautiful. It's just not speaking to me because this is not the color scheme that I'm after. I do like that there is like a Mickey Mouse red though in it. I think that's pretty cute. Oh, I quickly want to mention this one because this one had me intrigued. This is the Laura Geller Magic Glow Baked Highlight Quad. This is probably super beautiful all swirled together. This looks so pretty, and the Laura Geller quality in her highlighters and in her baked things are so amazing. This is such an underestimated brand. I think that people should really check out her like complexion products more, because I have some things from Laura Geller and I absolutely love them, and this one actually had me going, oh, I could see myself getting this one. It looks beautiful, and also since this is a bigger pan and it doesn't seem to be that hard to go in with like a smaller highlighting brush like this and just pick up the shade that you want, I actually think that this is really pretty. Really pretty. It is available now at QVC. Laura Geller is available at Beauty Bay as well, so I'm hoping that this one will show up at Beauty Bay. I might treat myself with something like that as like my own little Christmas gift, because I think that that one looks super beautiful. I just want to quickly mention this as well. I talked about the Kiko Milano holiday collection a while ago, showing you some sneak peeks, and I just wanted to let you know that this collection is available right now. It's even available in Sweden if you were looking into getting any of these single shadows with this beautiful pattern, or the bigger highlighters with this beautiful pattern. There's also a bunch of other things in their holiday collection, so check out Kiko Milano's website if you want to see what other things they have. The single shadows and the highlighters seem to be the star of the show, and they look beautiful. But just so you know, they are available, and I just wanted to let you know since I had mentioned them before. Okay, I think I'm just gonna mention two more mainstream things before I get into some more indie things. And the first one I want to mention is, I got a lot of tags in this, and this is the Lawless Cosmetics The One eyeshadow palette. This brand is not available here in Sweden. I'm guessing even Europe. I think that this is a US and maybe Canada exclusive, to be honest. I have no idea how to get a hold of this brand, and so far nothing that they have released or she has released has really piqued my interest, including this palette. She's calling it The One, and I think that for a lot of people that would be true. This would be the one. It is a warm neutral eyeshadow palette with some berries in it, and I do like the mix of warms and cools, and I like the mix of oranges and berries, but personally this isn't a palette that I would reach for, so I wouldn't buy this. And from what I've seen so far from the Lawless brand, this is not a super affordable brand, so this palette might actually be a bit pricey. I really like the packaging though. It seems to be super sleek cardboard packaging, and I'm all about that. So yeah, it will be available at Sephora US on December 1st. So if you're interested in that, it is coming. I'm not familiar with the brand, and I'm not really interested either, so this is like a public announcement. The second thing I want to talk about is something that I don't really get, and you're gonna have to explain to me why this is something worth picking up, because to me this looks so boring. This is Sephora and Wonder Beauty created 2 eyeshadow palettes for the holidays. It's all about glow and natural look. $25 each, including a mirror. It's 6 shades, and I like, look at me. I am a lover of 6-pan eyeshadow palettes, but what happened here? It is either 6 shimmery shades or 5 shimmery shades and a light matte. I can't really tell from the palette. they're so similar. Either that or this picture is absolutely horrible at showing what they really look like, but this picture makes it look like ash. Glittery ash. This is so underwhelming, and either they need to be marketing themselves with better pictures, although I think that, yeah, this is Trend Mood's picture, and she's normally pretty good at making things look pretty. Let me see at Wonder Beauty what they look like. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, it looks even worse on Wonder Beauty's site. Wow. I don't get this. One is cool tones, one is warm tones. But here's the thing. Maybe this is beautiful. Maybe they swatch amazingly. And they're $25 each. I mean, it's not that much, but it's also not that affordable either for 6 shades. But I'm just like, why would you pick this palette over anything else? And that's something that I wish that brands would ask themselves when like formulating things, when creating things. What is special about this release? In the sea of makeup that is available right now to people out there, why should they pick this palette over any other palette available? What is so special about this palette? And yeah, it's one matte transition shade. I see it now. I don't get this. Well, this is not my makeup style, so that could definitely be it. But I don't see why even a person who loves neutrals would pick this palette over something else at Sephora. Let me know down in the comments. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me not getting it, but yeah, I don't get it. I have been filming for forever, so let's get into some indie things. I wanted to mention the most exciting thing for me first, and that is that we have seen the finished version of the Certify, what's she calling this? Affinity palette, that's the one. And she decided to go with the all matte version. Personally, I would have preferred the version that had some shimmers in it, but that's just my personal taste. I very rarely do an all matte look, but I mean, obviously I can reach into other palettes. I do that all the time. I'm even preaching here like a crazy woman on my channel to reach into different palettes to get the look you want. So I mean, it's not really a complaint, it's just that I personally prefer a palette that has a mix of shimmers and matte. It's also a bit of selfish reason behind it, because I really like her shimmery formula and I would have liked to own more of it. I love that she gone for something totally different and just went with purples, pinks and oranges and yellows, because I feel like those colors go so well together. I think that this is a nice palette. I still would have loved to see a smaller palette because I do feel like some of the shades might be a bit similar, but so far I've not been disappointed in any of the Certified palettes, and I'm definitely gonna be sure to own this palette as well as soon as it comes out. I don't think that she has said any release dates yet, but if I find something while editing this, I will put it down in the description box. I also have a code with Certify to save you 10% if you are interested in that. I also want to mention something that a lot of people tagged me in, and that is that Lethal Cosmetics is coming out with some new single eyeshadows. So far I've only seen these 4. I'm not sure if there are more being released, but so far I've only seen these 4. It seems to be an orange matte, 2 green mattes and a lime shimmer. They look beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and I would not be sad owning these. Lethal Cosmetics is actually a brand that I'm keeping my eyes on. I think they look beautiful. A lot of people mentioned Lethal Cosmetics in the video that was live this Friday about European makeup brands, where I mentioned brands that I have tried myself that is European. I have not tried Lethal Cosmetics, that's why I didn't mention them in the video, but they're definitely they're on my radar because I think that it looks pretty, and this seems to be a very pretty quad. I'm actually really impressed with how this looks. I have no idea how their quality is, but yeah. I saw some swatches as well on their Instagram page and it looks really beautiful. They've also shown some sneak peeks. I'm not showing it here, but I will show you later on when I have more info. They're showing some sneak peeks about an upcoming palette. So that could be really interesting. I'll let you know more about that when I know more. Another sneak peek that I am super excited about is this sneak peek that we got from Menagerie Cosmetics. I have ordered their Feral palette and it is actually on its way to me. It should reach me really soon and I'm super intrigued to see what it looks like. And this is a sneak peek of their upcoming eyeshadow palette that's called Whale Song. And since like the first palette that they released was the Dragon Child one when they were still called Makeup Monsters, and now they released the Feral one under their new name. And so far from what I've seen is that the front always seems to be corresponding with the colors that are inside the palette. And if they're following that theme, I'm guessing that this will be a blue eyeshadow palette with a pop of yellow, green, and pink. And not gonna be sad about that. And if the quality is good with the Feral palette, so far I've only seen positive reviews, and if I like the quality as well, I will of course review it when I have it. I will pick up this Whale Song one as well, because I feel like they have a way with color combos that is new and fresh and exciting, and a lot of brands are taking the safe route, but I don't feel like they have. So I'm super excited to see what this palette is gonna be. I am very positive towards this release. Let me just put it like that. No idea what it's gonna be. If I change my mind, I will let you know, and when we see the inside, I will let you know as well. They did put in the sneak peek about this that it's gonna be released in 2019. So this is not something that's being released before Christmas, so you can breathe. It's not happening yet. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is a new exciting collab, and this is between Sosu by Suzanne Jackson and Khalid? Khalid? Is she named Khalid? Khalid? I don't know. I think that she is Irish. She is an Irish Instagrammer and now YouTuber as well. She makes amazing eyeshadow looks, and she's coming out with a palette together with Sosu by Suzanne Jackson. That is not a brand that I've heard something about before. It is some false lashes, a brush set, and a palette. This is one of those new palettes that's been really popular lately, with half neutral, half colorful, and I think that this palette looks really beautiful. I haven't heard anything about the brand, so I think I'm gonna like wait and see a couple of reviews before I make up my mind what I think about it. But personally, it has 16 eyeshadow colors, and that is like the max for me. I personally prefer palettes to have a I love 6, 9, and 12 pan palettes. Those are my favorites. I can stretch it to 16, and 4 is amazing if it's something innovative, but I don't want more than 16. So I do think that this palette seems chic. So you say that like a chic thing? How do you say it? It's chic. That's what I say. No, cheek is like cheek. Chic. That's how you say it in Swedish. Chic. That something is chic. Now that's chic. What am I trying to say? I'm telling you, I need lunch. I have no idea what I'm saying. It's called the Urban Bible. I think it looks beautiful. It's, like I said, half neutral, half colorful, and I feel like the colors are a bit unusual. Lavender shimmer, a mint shimmer, a bright pale yellow matte, and like a coral matte. I think it looks fun. I'm gonna see some reviews before I make up my mind if I want to invest in that or not, but so far I think it looks beautiful, and she makes amazing colorful and neutral looks on Instagram, so I don't think that she would put her name on something that she didn't think was pretty. I have been tagged a lot in the Peachy Queen Kush Coosh, it's like Kush, right? Kush Queen palette. I don't even smoke cigarettes. I've never been smoking. I never smoked. And I personally, I'm not gonna say I'm against it. I'm just indifferent. It's not for me, and I'm not like really for like glorifying smoking in any way, shape, or form. So I wouldn't pick up this palette. I think the color scheme is beautiful. I just personally wish that they would have picked another theme, but I totally get if some people are super excited about the theme. It's just not for me. I'm not trying to come off as like goody two shoes or something like that. It's not the theme that I'm like, that I want to get. That's just how I feel. I do feel like the colors are super beautiful though. I'm sure that these would create some really beautiful looks. There's so many cool releases out there. There are so many cool brands, so many cool themes. I'd rather buy a palette called Whale Song than Kush Queen. And that's just me. That's just personal preference. And if you feel different about this release, I totally respect that, but I can't buy everything, and naming a palette something like this makes it, for me personally, kind of easy to not pick up. And that's just me. Why am I... I'm getting the white rim. Oh no! I don't know if I have anything else that I want to mention. Let me quickly go through my folder. Yeah, I've been here for forever, so I think I'm gonna end on a very positive note, and that is just me telling you that if you for some reason missed it, Melt Cosmetics is now available at Beauty Bay. Beauty Bay does ship worldwide. It ships to US and Canada as well, and they ship for free if you reach a limit, and the limit is pretty low. I think it's like 250 Swedish crowns, which is like $25 or something, so it's really easy to get free international shipping from Beauty Bay. And yeah, Melt is now available there. It's not everything from Melt so far. It is not their palettes, like the Gemini and the 27 is not available, and also the 2 newest stacks are not available, or at least the newest one. The pinky one, but most of the things from Melt are available at Beauty Bay, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna get the news with time, because that's normally how it is when a new brand comes to Beauty Bay. They will get the basic line from the brand, and then they will expand with time when the brand is releasing some more new releases or limited edition things. But I think it's super exciting that the first retailer outside of brand's own site is actually Beauty Bay. I love Beauty Bay. I love their shipping. I love their customer service. I love how fast they are with getting news, and I could not be more excited to see Melt on Beauty Bay. So if you missed that, they are available now, and I'm just super excited about that. I think that is such a smart move for Melt as well, because this makes the brand so much more available for people outside of US, and I'm so excited about that. But yeah, that was everything for this week. I am sorry that I've been here for forever, but I really do like filming these videos. But now it's really time for me to go get some lunch. Oh, I have a sleeping kitty here in my lap. She's so cute. Look at her. Look at her. Mommy's little kitten. Look at her, so cute. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I do upload 5 to 7 videos a week lately, and I will see you in my next video. That's gonna be tomorrow. Oh, poor kitty. So cute. I'll see you tomorrow in my next video. Thank you for being here. Bye!